Nice scenery in the back. It's on. Recording. Good. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rest. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai, Guru Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai, Guru Parampara ki Jai, Sripad Madhavendra Puripad ki Jai, Srinivas Acharya ki Jai, Shri Parameswari Das Thakur ki Jai, Shri Radha Raman ji Avirbhav Tithi Maha Mahotsav ki Jai, Jai Gaur Pramanande. So let us offer our respectful Pushpanjali to the lotus feet of our spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara. So you can collect some nice flower in your subtle body and also offer at their lotus feet. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasa Gyenanjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Jutapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Sabadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanita Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshutarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Shivarshavanavi Devi Daitaya Kripadaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhave Namo Madhurja Ujjala Premadha Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastate Namaste Gauravani Sri Murte Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhapa Siddhanta Dhanta Harine Namo Gaurav Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtaye Vipralambar Sambodhe Padambojayate Namo Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupaya Rupanuga Parayate Ora Virbhava Bhumestam Nideshta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Sri Jagannathayate Namo Vancha Kalpa Taruvescha Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namo Tirupasi Sanatana Bhattaraghunatham Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatham Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauravati Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishavanusute Pranamami Haribde Devi Krishna Mai Prakta Radhika Paradevata Sarva Lakshmi Mai Sarva Kanti Sammohini Param Vrindaye Tulasi Devaye Priyaye Kesavasya Krishna Bhakti Pade Devi Sattavate Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama. So today it's a very special day. Many great personalities, appearance day and also disappearance day. Today Radha Ramanji appeared. Also appearance day of Madhavendra Puripad, appearance day of Srinivas Acarya, disappearance day of Parameswari Das. They have done so much contribution in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement. On their appearance and disappearance day, if we talk about them, then from the spiritual world, they can bestow us blessing, especially those days, appearance day and disappearance day. So those who are taking advantage, they will be benefited. Sometimes I was thinking like, Harikatha is so important. Chanting Harinam is so important. These two things are like so important. But then you look at Srinivas Acharya's life. It looks like he failed, but no, that's how actually he's supposed to establish the separation feeling from all those devotees. Can you imagine you are born and Mahaprabhu actually knows you, but he some or other you missed it like little time. By the time you went, he just left this world. And then you go to one by one, we will discuss that. And I was like, wow, what a life, like tough, like really went. But that's how Mahaprabhu wanted to establish the separation feeling is very important. So Parameswari Das, first figure. Parameswari Das is one of those 12 coward boys. What are the 12 coward boys? Do you know your grandfather's name? Do you know your grandfather's name? See, he does. I know too. Yeah. So, because we belong to that family, now on the spiritual family, we belong to those Brinda Brajavashis. We may not know everybody's name, at least few names we must know. 8 Sakhis, 8 Manjaris, 12 Gopals, we should know. You can go in a very, what's the way? Sneaky way to remember it. With B, you wrote Bosudam, like this with B. If you have a Subal, Madhumangal, Prabal, 3. The all. No? Subal, Madhumangal, Prabal, 3. Then you have a Sridam, Sudam, Bosudam. So 3 Dam. So you have a 6. See, out of 12 is 6. You can just memorize like this. Can you? Then Stoko Krishna, Arjuna. These are special. Then and you can, there is a way also you can remember. So Arjuna is this Parameswari Das. And there is a beautiful pastimes given by Chaitanya by different author. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami didn't mention much, but Chaitanya Bhagavat, Hare Krishna. Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur explains that in Krishna Lila, that was Arjuna. Not Arjuna in battlefield of Kurukshetra, but the Arjuna is in Vrindavan. There's different Arjuna. Since Sri Vrindavan Das Thakur says, Nityananda Jivana Parameswara Das Jahar Vigraha Nityananda Vilas. They were so intimate friend. You may think like, what is happening when we hear about Krishna or his associate? Even though I may not relate, it sounds like another person, some village in India. What's supposed to happen? Who are you asking the question? Are you conscious being asking the question, or your body or some identity? I'm American or Russian girl or Ukrainian girl or Indian boy. Who is asking the question? If you are asking as a servant of Krishna, then this is very relevant because this will affect you, affect your consciousness. Affect you means it will affect your consciousness. We are not after the form. We are after the substance. Form is important, but if a devotee so much adore the Guru, love Guru, but don't understand the Guru's inner mood, not serving in a purpose of that Guru has come to give, he will be like superficially external. You're not in my group, you're not good. In mind, they will think, because they are after the form. But we have to give importance the form, but not as much. We have to give importance the substance, that inner, that pure Krishna consciousness person, character, attitude, intention, not just external form only. Follow? External form is important, but not as important. Because that's what problem with the new fight. And those who are advanced, they will look for the substance. So this is very important that when you look at Parameswari Das' life, how he dealt, few things, I'm just going to paraphrase, that he was doing a big kirtan. Now in our constitutional level, we had innate, you know the word innate, like a deep emotional feeling for the God. It is there with every soul. But in order to experience this, you have to go from a sensual, physical senses, the mental, to the intellectual, to the soul. You have to go to the soul level. Within you, it is there. But somebody can help you, but not much, really. You have to go inside you. At the soul level, you will be affected when you hear about this. When you hear about this great personality, then you will grasp it. You'll say, yeah, I want to be like that. See, Parameswari Das, today is his disappearance day. He was so much absorbed in chanting, in kirtan. He was so much absorbed that he was not even aware what is going on around. There's hundreds and thousands of devotees came and he's having kirtan, and there's I did a drawing before, there's an opposite current within us. We want to become very seriously connected with spiritual life. We also want to have a comfortable in material life. You know, we may not tell, but this is there. So this conflict. But when we talk about associate, they are not so much of, it's not that they are not aware of the external world, but they are not focusing on that. They just take it as they need it. You follow? But they are emotional, they're feeling directed towards inner world for God, Krishna. So that's the difference. And we can, by hearing from their example, we can pray for it within us. We can examine, why can't I be? We can develop a desire. Krishna says, if you develop it, just desire. If you look at Bhagavad Gita 12.9, 12.8, he said, those who are fixed, Mayeva mana adasta, mayi buddhi niveshaya. If you engage your intelligence and absorb your mind, then you live with me. How do you live with Krishna? How? You engage your intelligence. Everybody understand? It's a simple English. Intelligent means discriminating power, means intentionally, yeah, I want to be with Krishna. But if you don't know who Krishna is, it will be difficult to live, because you may get diverted easily. But if you know Krishna, who he is, then you want to be with him. So when you have an intention, you engage your intelligence and absorb your mind, then Krishna says, Maya buddhi niveshaya, mame vasyasya asamshaya. Without doubt, you live with me. So how do you live with Krishna? With two things, mind and will. But if you cannot do it, then you practice every day, hear about me. You will develop a desire. That desire will take you there. Follow. Krishna is very merciful. He knows that everybody cannot do the engagement of intelligent and absorbed mind. Parameswari Das is fully absorbed when he's chanting and doing a big kirtan. Nice. Thousands of devotees, they're doing a big kirtan. You know, in the material world, not everybody will appreciate Hare Krishna people. This is the nature of this world. This world is not made like this. This world is a jail, a prison. You know, there's a lot of things is not compatible to our natural existence. So there are atheists who did not like his chanting, his doing kirtan. And they don't like the Hare Krishna people. So they're just going by nearby, and they're thinking like, let's disrupt these people. So they found a dead fox. You know fox? Like a jackal. Everybody knows fox. So they found a old, few days dead, like a smell bad. So some other, I don't know how they did it, but they picked it up, few of them, and they went through the crowd, and right in the middle where Parameswari Das is singing such a wonderfully, Kirtan, and they dropped it there and they ran away. But problem is, when you touch fire, you'll be burned. Because that's the nature of the fire. You follow? It is not whether where I don't want fire to burn. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go by your feeling. Because the nature. So Hare Krishna Mahamantra has a power. It's re-energize our existence into spiritual existence. So Parameswari Das, when he's chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then when we chant, what happened? Other day discussed. When you chant, what happened? If you have a under guidance, under Guru's guidance, that time from Golok Vrindavan. Where's Golok Vrindavan? Everywhere. I mentioned this many times. I hope you all. And I even gave the source where in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Adilila chapter 5.18. It says Golok Vrindavan is everything, everywhere. But you have to have access. Golok Vrindavan is not another geographical location. Where is Canada? North of America. That's a geographical location. You follow? Where's Mexico? South of America. So can you understand? This is geographical location. Means if you keep on going south, you'll eventually may go to Mexico. But Golok Vrindavan is not another location. It's another level of reality. It is eternally existing. You follow? But it's another level. Just like Prabhupada was lying down in New York, but he was ringing bell in Radha Damodar temple. All of a sudden, he felt a little pain on his chest. So he opened his eye and he realized he's in hospital in New York. Was he in New York hospital or he was in Vrindavan ringing bell? Which one? Both. Very good. Very good. He just switched the position. Both exist. You follow? Pure devotee, they can be always in Golok, at the same time also here with us to help us. Because Golok is another level of reality. Thank you. So similarly, Parameswari Das, when he saw this dead fox, whatever, some people, not everybody is in that level. They are in different reality. So they are very much absorbing Kirtan and Parameswari Das singing, hey, fox, why are you not chanting? Just by that power, because of this, they are connected with that soul level connection. He brought the soul back, wherever the soul went from this dead fox, back to inside the body of a jackal or fox, and literally reawakened. And the jackal started chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Howling chanting, whatever it is. I don't know exactly how it is. Something like that. I don't know, something like that. Seeing this, people like really went jubilant, and those atheists, they thought something will be horrible and they will stop everything. But instead, they got scared. They never heard such thing that the dead fox become alive. But what dead fox did, it was so joyful that he went in a parikrama of all the devotees and chanting. And he became ferocious, chased those bad guys, atheists. They literally could not even escape in their own house. They had to run and run. Finally, they could not escape and they had to come and surrender. Just by seeing this one dead fox, the whole village became Hare Krishna next day. Because there is no such thing. So these are a wonderful, and very powerful. Can we become like this? Yes. If we have a strong desire and we have a connection with that. Two things. my intention, effort, and the connection. Then we can also act in this. Brahmanda tarite dhare jane jane. Each person can drown the whole universe into ecstasy if they have a connection, any person. So they give a very nice example in their own life. So Parameswari Das has a very beautiful pastimes that how he was exhibiting with Nityananda Prabhu in different. I have many persons, so I'll just end with this little pastime of Parameswari Das. So one pastime you heard about the jackal or fox, and their pastime is Nityananda Prabhu's time. Nityananda Prabhu, because he is a coward boy, Balaram has a special affection. You ever notice in Krishna book or Bhagavatam Canto, whenever Krishna wants to do some mischievous, like Kalya, nobody goes there, mischievous activity, he will not take Balaram. Balaram is not there. Why? Because Balaram has some affection for those boys. He may not like it, Krishna, to do the tricks. And on Kalya day, Balaram didn't go. So Krishna put them into like unconscious, Balaram, or all the boys. And Krishna tied up his belt with the cloth, and he climbed the tree and jumped. You all know that story, beautiful. So like that, Nityananda Prabhu infused all those boys. Like for an example, this Purandar Pandit is a famous scholar. In Vedic culture, when you see a scholar, not like a modern world of nice car, nice tie or something. I don't know. Tie doesn't mean like somebody's scholar, but just something. In the old days, when you're a scholar, generally you carry a lot of books, or you have a bullock cart filled with books wherever you go. So he would carry like a lot of books. And people would see from far, they would respect. He's a scholar. If you have any question, you can always go and ask him. And he would just travel, village, different roads every day, preach. But all of a sudden, people felt like he's very strange today, that scholar they knew. All of a sudden, he started climbing the tree and shaking, acting like a monkey. You know, the children does the monkey bar. They call monkey bar in America too. So he was doing like this, and then, what is this? What happened to the scholar? He's acting like, because Nityananda Prabhu infused them. From the Pandit, previous life, he was an Angada, Bali's son, monkey. So, all these things came back, and they acting like this way. Actually, they delivered all those villagers. They made them chanting. It's nice. Sometimes it says that it takes from Jagannath Puri to Bengal. Short road was 12 days Raghunath Das Goswami made. Generally it takes 1 month. But they took 3-4 months, because they're like going like a very joyful, spaced out. No, how's the word? Not spaced out, doesn't sound a good word. Like they're kind of like which way is Navadip? Oh, this way. But actually, the people are so bewildered by seeing you and the group, they just say, they forget which way to say. They just go other way. So like this way, they used to do a big kirtan in every village. This way they went everywhere. So this is Parameswari Das. Okay, that's good. Now we are going to talk about a little bit of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri. You all know about Madhavendra Puri. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, before he comes, whenever God comes to this world, what he does first, he sends his Gurujan before he appears. His father, parents, his Guru, they all descend before. So they make the platform, like socialize with the common people. And then God appears in particular family. It's already Jogamaya arranged. So Madhavendra Puri, he is a Guru, Param Guru. So he came before Mahaprabhu. There's a famous song Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jivedaya Kari Saparsada Siyodama Sahaya Bhatari অত্যন্ত দুর্লভ প্রেম করিবারে দান শিখায়ে শরণাগতি ভগতের প্রাণ. Just to teach you how to surrender, the 6 poles of surrender. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first he sent everybody and very nicely he established this Sankirtan movement very affectionately, very carefully and very protectively to teach everyone about the Saranagati, 6 folds. 2 are functional, 4 are internal. What are the 2 functional? What am I? Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjana. What am I willing to do that will please Krishna? What am I? If I don't do right now what you don't do that will please Guru Krishna. Don't let your mind go anywhere when you listen. This alertment, this intention is where bhakti comes. Follow? If you are like, if you go with that 2 angle highest, you'll see Radharani is holding the highest position. It's not like automatic. Radharani is thinking all the time what to do for Krishna. What can I do? What can I do? What can I not do that will please him too? Both. These are functional, very important. Attanta durlabha prem, very rare this love of Godhead. Parivaredan to give it, he is teaching this Saranagati. So question is how he is teaching and who is the origin of this? Everything is coming through Guru Parampara. But before Madhavendra Puri Path came, everybody knew Krishna worship. Everybody used to worship Krishna. But nobody established worship Radha Krishna together. Can you remember that? Before Madhavendra Puri Path came, divine Prema Bhakti was never given. What does that mean? Means worshipping Radha Krishna together. Was not there. Is to worship Krishna. We are very fortunate, extremely fortunate. If we miss this boat, I don't want to think even. It will be such a disaster. What's disaster? You have no idea how many lives you went through just to come to this point, that you are hearing even this. It's extremely rare. We take it easy like, oh, who cares? No, it is not who cares. It is beyond our imagination. It is actually, Krishna is attracting us. Mahaprabhu is attracting us, provided we are properly placing our attitude and we are aligned. That's all we can do. When Krishna is attracting us, 1975, when devotee told Prabhupada, oh Prabhupada, you are making now so many devotees. Prabhupada said, no, I'm just trying. Krishna is attracting them. Here we are not here to attract people. Follow? Our devotion attracts Krishna. Krishna is attracting the people. Krishna is guiding from within. If you didn't feel good, you would not come here today. If you didn't feel good, you would not come. You follow? So that feeling, that's all you can do. You have an attitude, you have a character, you have a willingness, but Krishna is slowly attracting. What is the speciality about this parampara? This disciplic succession, Madhavendra Puri's, what is the biggest contribution? That you can get the highest conception of reality, which is never given to this world. In separation, it can be evoked within you. An affection for God, an affection for Brajananandan, that Srimati Radharani has it for Krishna. We can be infected, you can say, contagious with that emotion. This separation mood be pralambe to serve God, Krishna. Never, before Madhavendra Puri, never. Follow? He established the Srimati Radharani's lover is Krishna. Today is also Radharaman means lover of Radha. That's we'll go to next one. But Sripad Madhavendra Puri, when Mahaprabhu went to Vrindavan, one Brahmana invited Mahaprabhu to come to his house, but he was even within Brahmana there is a low class and high class. He's a Sonoriya Brahman. Generally, sannyasi don't take. Once you are sannyasi, you are strict, not eat everybody's house. Why they used to eat Brahmana's house? Why not others' house? Because Brahmana generally offer food to God, Vishnu, not anybody else. Brahmana means Brahma Janati iti Brahmana, one who knows the Brahman, Krishna. So generally they used to offer the food to the Vishnu. That's why sannyasis used to eat in Brahmana's house. It's not a fanatic, oh, they don't eat everybody's house. Well, everybody don't offer food to God, Vishnu. You follow? They may be demigod worshipper, they may be different god worshipper. But unless somebody offer food to Vishnu, it is not prasad. Period. Because demigod doesn't eat as a bhoga. They will take Krishna prasad. You can offer, but that doesn't mean they will eat. Only Vishnu prasad, period. Because Brahmana used to do it. So Mahaprabhu, even within Brahmana, there is a gradation. But Mahaprabhu detected, this is very important. Mahaprabhu detected some symptom in this Brahman. He is feeling ecstasy when he's chanting. He's crying for Krishna. So Mahaprabhu examined, he went nearby, he said, are you connected something to do with Madhavendra Puri? He said, yes. He came to my house and he had a lunch. I cooked. So Mahaprabhu said, then you cook for him. I have no problem. I must take here. So this is a very important. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur made this point. It's not a fanaticism, but we must understand this. That Mahaprabhu made this point. Dharam aur gusai sambandha taha bina annatra nahiye pemer gandha. You'll never have even a scent of that love of God with anybody if you don't have a connection with Madhavendra. Any Vaishnava do not have a connection with this parampara cannot get this intimate Braja Prem. Sorry. Either you come to this parampara or get connected some way. Yeah. You can go to spiritual world, but not Braja Prem. It's only possible only through the Madhavendra Puri. And Mahaprabhu established this. Mahaprabhu redefined what it is. Now somebody asked a question, I wrote it here, very nice. Krishna is maintaining Eko Bahunam Jo Vidadati Kaman. Krishna maintains everything, maintain everybody, yes or no? Direct or indirect. So he gave one pot of milk to Madhavendra Puri. Why it is such a significant? He's maintaining everybody. You follow the question? Krishna is supplying food to everybody. So he supplied one pot of milk to Madhavendra Puri. Why it became such an exalted, significant? Since he is maintaining everyone, why not everybody get exalted? Because Krishna maintain everyone, but not directly supply or directly reciprocate with everyone, unless they develop one-pointed and parallel pure devotion. Because Madhavendra Puri had pure prem, Krishna reciprocated. That's why it became very significant. You follow? Krishna maintains everybody, but he's not giving directly to everybody's house some bread, whatever they ask, meat and all this. No, he's giving through his agent. through Maya Devi. But to a great devotee like Madhavendra Puri, he goes personally and give it. That is big difference. And we all know Madhavendra Puri's path, how Krishna came 3 times to give a wonderful sometimes you wonder, like Madhavendra Puri already old, why does Krishna makes such a hard task? Does he make hard task? Or actually we want that? He is reciprocating. Which one? No, we are looking for that kind of devotional reciprocal with him. Otherwise he would not. Krishna never exchanged something that particular devotee does not need or doesn't want. Because Madhavendra Puri has so much love and he wants to exhibit this. He wants to express his feeling to Krishna. Krishna is reciprocating. What is most attractive in Madhavendra Puri's life? That he never thinking he's not going to do it or not capable of doing it. Even though he's old, do you know from Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri how far is that? 1,000 miles. Walk. Did you ever walk like that? Yeah. Did you ever walk like that? And bringing sandalwood back? But he never felt. He actually relished joy in the thinking, wow, Lord wants me to bring sandalwood and grind it and paste all over it. This joy, it's very difficult when you are not devotional minded. When you have so much deep feeling for the Lord, those kind of instruction, when Lord Krishna wants, makes your heart overjoyful. Wow, I'm going to go and bring the sandalwood paste and give to our Lord. It will be such a wonderful. So Madhavendra Puri did. all are, there are special feature also, question someone asked, like, out of 4 sampradaya, why this sampradaya Madhavendra Puri came and Mahaprabhu took this sampradaya? Well, first of all, 2 reasons. Tattagata Vichar, Madhacharya is the only sampradaya very distinctly made eternal differences of 5 sets. That's one. And Rasagata Vichar is the first in all sampradaya that through Vipralamba you achieve the highest Krishna prema. This was never given. Follow? So these are the few things of Madhavendra Puri's specialty. Now in Srinivas Acharya's life, because of the time, that Srinivas Acharya is one of the most important personality in religious history of Bengal. It's very funny. There was a gentleman named Gangadhar Bhattacharya. Gangadhar Bhattacharya, he was always thinking. He heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he was thinking he wants to go and meet Mahaprabhu. And he came to know that he's Supreme God. So he wanted to come and see. You know, sometimes you feel like you want to go to India, Holy Dham, 1 year pass, 2 year pass. No, I'm going to go next year for sure. Next year also pass. You're like, oh, that's it. I'm going to go this year. Finally, you decide. Finally, he decided to come and see Lord Chaitanya. Then, as he is coming near, he heard that he went to Katua today. He never met. By the time he went to Katua, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was about to take sannyas. This is the first meeting. Instantly, he is feeling awakened for Lord Chaitanya, so much so that he started crying. And then by the time he arrived in Katua, he saw the unbelievable things. The Madhunapit, one who was about to shave off Mahaprabhu's beautiful curly hair. At one point, he could not, because his tears coming so much that he has to wipe it. Otherwise, he cannot even see to shave. You know, after shaving Mahaprabhu's hair, he never shaved ever. Whole life he cried. But after, as he was finishing, he fainted. Such a beautiful Mahaprabhu's hair, Mahaprabhu's beautiful face. But in the meantime, this Gangadhar Bhattacharya, he was looking at Mahaprabhu and he was overwhelmed. So why he's taking sannyas? He's a young man. He's a supreme God. He came to know also he's supreme God. What is the need for him to take sannyas? He has a wonderful, chaste, most cultured wife, such a wonderful, loving mother. What is the need? So few things not everybody knew. One of the things Mahaprabhu took sannyas for, we should know. There are few, but one of them is that Mahaprabhu felt that responsibility, you know responsibility? Like when your family members are not devotee, you feel, I am responsible for their Krishna consciousness. I'm not doing this. What can I do to make them Krishna conscious? Do you feel responsible? This is called real responsibility. Mahaprabhu felt responsible for all those people in Navadvip who does not have any interest to Krishna consciousness. Rather, they went little opposition. When Mahaprabhu was feeling an ecstasy, separation feeling, he was in the mood of gopis. And he was feeling like, oh, this is so sad. And he was calling out, Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. Some of the students, scholar, he said, you are a Pandit scholar. What's wrong with you? You chanting Gopi, Gopi. No Shastra said if you chant Gopi, Gopi, you will get liberation. Shastra said you should chant the name of Vishnu. Mahaprabhu in the mood of separation feeling like the gopis, he got so upset, he took a stick and chased them. But problem is when they talked, all the students talked, he said, Nimai has such audacity, you want to beat us up? What he thinks he is? And they started creating. Do you know when you talk bad about Vishnu, what happened? When you talk bad about God, do you know what happened? I mean, in America, they say eternal damnation, almost like that. I'm not saying there is such thing, that eternal damnation, but like that. They will be in hell. Anybody criticize Vishnu, God, they will suffer in hell. That's a fact. The Mahaprabhu felt very bad. He said, instead of liberating them, I'm causing them now, they even decided, all the students gathered together, next time Nimai does this, we're going to beat him up. Can you imagine? They want to beat absolute truth. Is it possible? No. But they at least discuss that. Just that discussion will take them to hell forever. Mahaprabhu felt responsibility. He felt responsible. He said, I can't do this. I must do something that they. So this is one of the reasons why he took sannyas. Why he takes sannyas? When he takes sannyas, then everybody naturally in the culture, Navadvip, in India also, even till today, they bow down to you. You follow? When they bow down to sannyasi, as soon as they see a sannyasi, then their offenses are forgiven. You follow? So for their welfare, Mahaprabhu is doing this. Such a wonderful, great Mahaprabhu. Unbelievable how merciful he is. So one of the people that got infected with that sannyas story is Gangadhar Bhattacharya. He was such an extreme in separation feeling that he was crying and crying and crying. When Keshav Bharati uttered the name, your name is Sri Krishna Chaitanya. And the name became so quickly spreaded all over because it was a Sankranti day. Thousands of people came there. And then most of them don't even know who Mahaprabhu is, but they got infected by that name and they all started chanting that name. And Gangadhar Bhattacharya is one of them. He became so, how do you say, like overwhelmed that he doesn't know anything. Where are you going? Sri Krishna Chaitanya. What is your name? Sri Krishna Chaitanya. It's like he cannot forget it, Mahaprabhu's name. Finally, after some time, few days, like he went back home, but it always absorbed in that name, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. One time they came to Jagannath Puri to have darshan of Mahaprabhu and also Jagannath. Mahaprabhu seeing this, Mahaprabhu told Govinda, give them a nice facility and tell them that they should go back home, they will have a child, because they went to Jagannath and they prayed, I am the same Jagannath. Mahaprabhu told Govinda. Generally, Mahaprabhu doesn't reveal all the time, but sometimes he said, I am that Jagannath. Over there. He said, they just prayed to Jagannath. They cannot live in that separation from Mahaprabhu because I took sannyasi, Mahaprabhu says. So he said, tell them that they will, my intimate devotee is coming in their house as their son. So they should go back home, Chakandi, and be happy. That's how Srinivas Acharya's, that is Srinivas Acharya, the child. So his parents were how devoted to Mahaprabhu, you can imagine. And Srinivas Acharya, as he grew, he was revealed that how Mahaprabhu already predicted about him. Mahaprabhu even said that through Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, I will distribute this knowledge of bhakti, write all these bhakti scriptures. And through Srinivas, I'm going to distribute. No, through Rupa Sanatan, I'll write all those scriptures and they will train Srinivas, and Srinivas going to go and preach. So like Prabhupada wrote a book and his follower, they distribute like that. So very nice. So then, of course, this child Srinivas is growing slowly, slowly. As he's growing, he's exposed. And in that place where he was growing up, Jajipur, there is one great devotee, Mahaprabhu's associate, Narahari Sarkar. He was giving him a good inspiration and association, guiding him. And then he expressed even one time to take initiation. He says, no, I'm not giving you initiation because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was alive. I mean, he's eternally alive. He's physically present. He says, no, Gopal Bhatta Goswami will give you initiation. See, Mahaprabhu already told them who is going to give him initiation. Can you imagine how intimate they are? Mahaprabhu already predicted all this. So he said, oh, he should come and he should come to Vrindavan and get initiated when he grow up. But he's just baby. But he's growing up. So then After Srinivas Acharya, he studied under Dhananjay Vidya Vachaspati, who taught him all the Vedic knowledge. Even Mother Saraswati, she appeared in to give him all the knowledge. Imagine Mother Saraswati, such wonderful. And Narayana Sarkar actually trained him up very well. And he told him that his guru is Gopal Bhattu Goswami. That's why he cannot give initiation. Then finally, they revealed that Mahaprabhu is in Jagannath Puri. You should go immediately, quick, and meet him. This is one interesting Srinivas Acharya's life. Wherever he is going finally to meet the person, great personalities, just about to meet, and they just disappear from this world. So as he arrived in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu just left. And he was devastated. Finally, he met Gadadhar Pandit. And when he met Gadadhar Pandit, then Gadadhar Pandit, of course, told him, "Oh, you are Srinivas." Yes. I'm in great separation feeling from him. He left. But he told me, I cannot leave right now, go back to spiritual world until I teach you. So I have to teach you about Bhagavatam. It's such a wonderful, isn't it? Gadadhar Pandit going to teach Srinivas Acharya. But problem is that when he was showing the Bhagavatam, it is not readable. Because every day when he was reciting Bhagavatam, so much tears was coming, the whole book is completely wet. The whole Bhagavatam. It's not readable. So he said, go collect another book quickly and I'll show you how to recite Bhagavatam. Gadadhar Pandit used to recite every day. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to be in Gambhira whole night, feeling that deep Madhanakya Bhav, separation mood of Radharani. But if Gadadhar Prabhu is there, it will be difficult because it may evoke Gadadhar Pandits because he's a Radharani. So Gadadhar Prabhu was never in Gambhira. You understand? He's in Tota Gopinath temple. But Lolita Vishakha is there, Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar. And Mahaprabhu would relish and they would support whatever the mood is, whether there's a separation or union. And then in the morning they would come and they would say what happened last night, this. Then Gadadhar Prabhu as Radharani would correct it, rectify, modify, or give more emotion with it, and find in Bhagavatam where it is supporting like this. So wonderful. Every day it was going on. At one point, when Srinivas Acharya finally felt some solace, even though he missed Mahaprabhu, just little short time. He was little late arriving in Jagannath Puri. So Gadadhar Pandit says, you go get a book quickly. So they send the arrangement to Narahari Sarkar and they're going to find the book. So Gadadhar Prabhu, Srinivas Acharya immediately went. But by the time he came back, he heard Gadadhar Prabhu also left. It's like, now who is going to teach me? Like everywhere he's going, it's just about me. Because of the time, it's almost 7:30. So you can imagine also when he went to Vrindavan later on, because they said, Mahaprabhu told Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, teach Srinivas everything you all wrote. Through him I want to preach. So they send also message. Srinivas, tell Srinivas to come quick. By the time Srinivas arrived near Mathura, he heard The Sanatana Goswami Pad already left few months back, 4 months back. And by that time he arrived in Mathura, finally he's going to meet at least Rupa Goswami. He also left. Rupa Goswami Pad just left. I was thinking, wow, it's like one big person, like you never can meet. Ultimately, they are waiting for you and you just finally come. Not to be seen like that. Krishna is arranging like this to show that how Srinivas Acharya, showing that how eager we should be, and also at the same time the separation feeling for our object of love is actually intensify our preaching and intensify our intimate connection. Because success in spiritual life comes from two main points, the purity and intensity. How intense is your desire to serve, which way you want to serve, and how pure that desire is. So this way, Srinivas Acharya represent Mahaprabhu's Shakti, Gaura Shakti, and he was experiencing a deep emotional challenges everywhere he was passing by. Of course, he met Mother Vishnu Priya, Damodar Pandit, many other, Banshipadhan Thakur, Mahaprabhu's intimate. He met also Abhiram Thakur, who whipped him. It'd be nice. Just by one whip, you get Krishna Prem. You roll on the ground and cry. Would you like to get that? I thought that like oh, that would be easy, like the whole world, you can just go whip people and they'll get. Not really. You are fortunate enough for many life, thousands life probably you are practicing to come to get that whip. It appears like that's how anybody can get. Yes, but everybody didn't get. So it's like this is very, yes. Srinivas Acharya Prabhu ki jai. Finally, of course, he went to Vrindavan and he started with, he got initiated by Gopal Bhattu Goswami, but he was first staying with Jiva Goswami Pad. And Jiva Goswami Pad trained these three devotees, Srinivas, Yamananda, and Narottam Das Thakur. Such a wonderful. Now you all know the story of how the scriptures of the Goswamis were lost, yeah? But I'll tell you, I will end with this last story. It's a beautiful story of when somebody is very advanced, pure, somebody comes in contact with a very advanced, pure devotee, even his previous bad habit, like I can see within me, there was a lot of bad habits I had. But I see also Krishna's purifying that slowly, slowly. Of course, I'm also endeavoring. It's not like Krishna will do all the job. Krishna will help you when you want to come to him. So then what happened? This Bir Hambir, he was a dacoit. And he got delivered, he got mercy of Srinivas Thakur. You all know that story, that how it was not stolen, but the astrologer of that gangster, rogues, Bir Hambir's court astrologer, he used to know anybody pass by this road, how much wealth they have in their, with them. And he would set up the people to rob them. And that's how he was a big king. So when they heard about them, that this is more precious than the gold. So, and they had a 10 guard, three sage, saintly person, Shamananda, Narottam, and Srinivas. And they had 10 guards. And of course, the king also has over 200 rogues, thieves, like a gangster. They rob people, anybody pass through that kingdom. But astrologer knows who has how much. It's such a what do you call scanner, the asset scanner. Without going to the person, just 10 miles, 20 miles far, somebody is passing by. He said, "Oh, there is a one guy passing by 20 miles far. He has this much money." Can you imagine? Like, this is better scanner than any other, is it? Like, they are so advanced. But anyway, so finally, you all know that story, that how Srinivas Acharya explained the Bhagavatam definition. And finally, the king fell at his feet and took initiation. So today, I don't know if you heard this story, a beautiful story, long time back. With Jagataka Maharaj, we went to a place in Bishnupur, Bankura. And this man is to come. I don't know if he's still alive. He was the head Mahant, big guy. And wonderful pastimes of that story, that there's a Radha Shamsundar deity. They still have. Beautiful. The king was such a dedicated devotee. He made the whole citizen, everybody. He's a gangster king. Gangster king. They literally like bully power or something. That all the citizens would obey. And he made everybody devotee. Everybody devotee. That's the good part. When you have a bully, if they become devotee, they make everybody out of fear or whatever. So it was wonderful. But he became so serious. He took Srinivas Acharya's instructions so seriously. He would not care for defending the kingdom. He thinks Krishna will protect as long we are serving him. And he was very dedicated and he made all the citizens to serve him. One time, the neighbor country, they didn't like this. This Hare Krishna kingdom. Okay, this is good. We should just attack them and take over. Then we'll rule them. Then we'll show them. Only Hare Krishna is not enough. You need some material power and all this. Well, that's not true. But it has to be proven also. So the king goes to sleep, citizen goes to sleep. They serve every day in their own house. Every house became a temple. It was very wonderful. Everything was made. So in the morning, one day morning, king was awakened by the minister. Why? Because they saw, as soon the security guard, as soon the light started, those days they didn't have electricity. Follow? So when the sun comes, they start seeing it. When the sun started to, they saw like so many dead bodies here, there. As the news came, they were like shocked. As the light is coming up, they're seeing like so many dead bodies. And they're like soldier, all kinds of stuff. So they all reported to the other soldier, minister. They all came to the palace and talked to the king. They woke up the king. What happened? He said, last night, something happened. There is thousands and thousands of people on the street dead. So then king is thinking, it's our people who killed them. So we don't know. Nobody knows. The king fainted. In the unconscious state, Krishna, Radha Shamsundar, showing him. He said, you are my great devotee. You work very hard to serve me. When you take rest, I don't want you to get disturbed. But you never attacked. So I went from the deity room, I came out, I went to your, the king has a sword room. What do we call weapon rooms? They have a separate room just for the weapons. So I went there, I picked up one big sword, and I just finished all this. They attacked. And of course, the king finally woke up. And the minister said, are you okay? King, we are here. He said, yes, come. So he went immediately to the weapon room. Sure enough, one of the sword, as he saw the dream, the big sword that he was very powerfully, never used it, but he saw it full of blood, dripping still. It's like a freshly used. Then the king revealed to everybody. These are not our people who are dead. Go look at it. And they looked at each dead body, severed from the head to body. It's difficult to, I guess, to identify unless you put this together. Anyway, they search everywhere. All these thousands and thousands of people are there. None of them are devotee. They're all from the neighbor country. They attack at night. But Krishna alone killed all of them. Because all are devotee. The whole citizen is devotee. Didn't want to disturb. That temple is still there. If you ever go there, Vishnupur, you should go visit. It's a little far from Mayapur. But still, such a wonderful. Today also Radha Ramanji's, so let's sing few minutes. Today is also Radha Ramanji's appearance day. So we're going to sing Radha Ramanji's song. Okay? Is that okay? Okay. Let's do it. Can I have the Mridanga, Prabhu, please? Mero Radha Ramana Giridhari, Mero Radha Ramana Giridhari, Radha Ramana Giridhari, Mero Radha Ramana Giridhari Sema Banawari, Dhari Sema Vanawari, Giridhari Sama, Giridhari Sama Vanawari, Giridhari Sama, Radharamana Giridhari, Radharamana Giridhari, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna